Would you say that life is an infinite game and that we are all merely players in it? It was interesting to learn that even well-accomplished people who probably changed the course of humanity entirely would say the same. Like Albert Einstein once said, life is just like a game. First, you have to learn the rules of the game and then play it better than anyone else. That's easier said than done. Every day, we juggle with progressing in our career, maintaining relationships, health, finding happiness, integrity, and anything else you have going on. And we try our best to be a better child, better sibling, friend, colleague, partner, and even pet owner. In an effort to answer the question, what makes life meaningful, psychologist and author Dr. Jordan Peterson lays out his 12 rules for life for how to deal with chaos and live the life you want. In this video, let's start with addressing the why. Why should we care about making it in the world and winning the game called life? Then, let's talk about how neurochemicals in our brain play a big role in helping us move up the hierarchy. And finally, how we can apply this rule. Rule 1 is to stand up straight with your shoulders back. Standing up straight does two things. First, it communicates the 3 C's: credibility, competence, and confidence. And secondly, it shows that you take responsibility for your own life. Okay, let's start with asking, why should we care about winning and climbing up the hierarchy? Can't we just survive staying in mediocrity? According to Jordan, we can, but we probably shouldn't, unless we want to end up with nothing but bad options everywhere. The principle of unequal distribution might explain why. Put simply, wins are cumulative. It means that winners take all the best options, leaving losers with more to lose. If you lose, you increase your risk of further loss, and if you win, you increase your chance of future gains. In the early 20th century, Vilfredo Pareto, an Italian polymath, more known for his Pareto principle or 80-20 principle, discovered this pattern in wealth distribution. And it can be seen everywhere from music to communication. Did you know that 4 main classical composers wrote almost all of the modern orchestra music that we now listen to? And that 90% of conversations that happen most frequently use about 500 words. As Jordan explains, you keep playing the game of life not only to win, but to get better at playing the game. When you play better in one game, you're likely to do better in a series of games, which is what life is. Life is a series of games. The unequal distribution begins because winners get invited to play more games, which translates to more opportunities to get better. They're probably playing with other winners, so they're surrounded by other game players. That said, make your first win, and doors to opportunities will open up everywhere. Combined with your hard work, you can make more wins. Do you know someone who might enjoy this video? If you're finding this video valuable, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and share this with them. The idea of competence hierarchy is actually biological. Competence hierarchy is a biological system rather than a social construct. Let me explain what that means. But first, do you know what drives us up the hierarchy? In the animal world, this is symbolic to dominance hierarchy, pecking order. The one that wins the fight is king. But for humans, it is called competence hierarchy. Why? Well, because we are driven up by competence. Perhaps you'd guess money or power, but the root of all those is competence, the ability to provide value to others. If competence hierarchy is actually a biological structure, it means that humans didn't shape the idea of hierarchies because a similar mechanism that was discovered in lobsters proves to be quite similar to ours. You might be surprised to learn that lobsters have existed for 360 million years, nearly as old as trees have. And this is how old the system that governs the idea of hierarchy is. Studying lobsters closely, it was observed that a winner lobster is cocky and confident. It spreads out and occupies space, looks tall and dangerous, all thanks to a neurochemical in its brain called serotonin. He's less likely to back down from a fight. On the other hand, a loser lobster looks defeated, scrunched up, and inhibited with low levels of serotonin. He's more prone to escape a dangerous situation and avoid confrontation. Humans function similarly. The ancient part of your brain specialized for assessing dominance watches how you are treated by other people. On that evidence, it renders a determination of your value and assigns you a status. When you stand up straight and put yourself out there, people including yourself will start to treat you like a winner. You get positive feedbacks, which your brain processes and increases your serotonin. Then you will go out there more confident and the cycle goes on. In short, you're able to control your neurochemicals and how you feel at the end of the day, starting with standing up straight with your shoulders back. It means taking responsibility for yourself. It means mustering up the courage to rise up to challenges and face them. Standing up straight is presenting yourself to the world in a graceful way, in a way that communicates credibility, competence, and confidence. You will be taken more seriously. But moreover, you're increasing your serotonin production when you are emboldened by the positive responses you're getting. The next time you show up, you're stronger, and when challenged, you will confidently accept it. So start with what you can control and pay attention to your posture and body language. Present yourself in a confident and respectable manner. Occupy more space, have the guts to speak your mind, and ask for what you want. Walk tall and gaze forthrightly. Dare to be dangerous. As quoted from Jordan, to stand up straight with your shoulders back is to accept the terrible responsibility of life with eyes wide open. It means willingly undertaking the sacrifices necessary to generate a productive and meaningful reality. Then, you may be able to accept the terrible burden of the world and find joy